Belfast Fashion Week. Beautiful, bright, bold. Showcasing both the creative and the practical. The best of Northern Ireland invention and innovation. Belfast Fashion Week at the heart of a city undergoing an upward trend. The urban vitality reflected on a catwalk. Very much highlighting the positive, upbeat mood of a city continuing to embrace growth and stability. It is, after all, one of the top 5 fastest growing regional economies in the United Kingdom. The spotlight here is bright indeed.
So it's a really exciting time, and we have everyone mixed in there, from the top-end high street brands right through to local designers, independent boutiques based here. And the good thing about Belfast Fashion Week is that it's accessible fashion, it's current season, which means that what's on the catwalk on a Tuesday night can be purchased in-store on a Wednesday. So it really is changing, and it just feels overall like we're all changing, or the city's changing. And I remember the word for the campaign for Belfast in the early 80s was Belfast got the buzz. And you know what, it still does really have that buzz, and it's a fantastic feeling.
The newly opened Victoria Square shopping centre, a further example of that change. Rising from a previously run-down area, some 400,000 square feet of commercial development. It has not only boosted the city's shopping floor space by around 1/3, but it gives concrete proof of the stability and confidence of investors here almost 10 years after the signing of the Good Friday Peace Agreement in 1998. Victoria Square represents 4 levels of covered shops topped by a 35-metre high glass dome and observation platform. It took 6 years to build at the cost of around £400 million. Almost 95% of the retail space has already been let, and let by major brands. Planners are optimistic it will bring in millions of visitors every year. They're also hoping it would lead to an improved city centre evening economy.
The whole regeneration of the capital city Belfast has really been planned over many years, and this was a scheme that was looked at 10 years ago, and the design and the competition was held that long ago, and the actual scheme itself, the building work, started 4 years ago. So we've had a long time now, 10 years where maybe the troubles have been over, and but it's taking time to get there, and certainly this is an iconic building and will certainly add a lot to the capital city. We predict we'll have 20 million visitors this year. We've seen now already many from Dublin and the south coming back to the city, and we know that it will bring a lot more people back from all over the province, because the retail offer here is complementary to what there is in Belfast, but also unique. We've House of Fraser's flagship store in the UK now, 200,000 square feet. So a lot of great offers. We're all very positive about Northern Ireland now. There's a feel-good factor from everybody, pride in our country. Our issues are all resolved, and we're now on one level playing field.
The Renaissance goes on. This is a city with a positive outlook. It has seen real consistent growth in the private sector over the past 4 years, with a falling level of unemployment and a continuing strategy for investment. This city, 700,000 people live in the Greater Belfast area, remains a prime target for developers with long-term strategies. Work on the Titanic Quarter in a large chunk of the old dock area is continuing. Here billions of pounds will be spent on residential, educational and commercial quarters. There is no doubt that the regeneration projects have had a major impact on the city, and it's now drawing in international hotel chains, retailers, restaurants and businesses. The race to rebuild, particularly in the housing and apartment sector, is occurring in all parts of the city. Not all the citizens within are completely convinced of the changes, but the international investment market has recognized the potential and sees continuing opportunities across all sectors.
The economy today is fairly vibrant in Belfast. I mean, it's come from a dark place at some level. It was one of the sort of slowest growing regions of the UK, or indeed Europe for many years as a result of the political and instability, and that led to economic, I suppose, stagnation really over the years. But that has recovered rapidly since, as we joke, peace broke out, and we've had a decade of steady, not spectacular, but steady growth. There's a few anomalies there. The housing market has been really rampant over the last couple of years, but that's cooled. I think in 2006 the house prices here increased by 50%, which is eye-watering sort of inflation, and it's created another kind of strange paradox where it's the most expensive place to buy a house in the UK, apart from London and the southeast, at an average of about $250,000, and yet it's the lowest paid. So the average salaries are still not even tipping 30k. So you can see there's a big polarity between the haves and the have-nots. Belfast has taken some time to shake off its image problems, and probably there's some people out there who still believe there's a war going on at some level. But interestingly, the foreign investment picture has been quite encouraging. In the last 5 years, there's been practically a doubling of the number of projects that have come into Belfast. Last year alone, foreign investment created about 6,000 new jobs. So, and it's not any old jobs. It's not even necessarily call centres or retail jobs we're talking about here. It's quite specialised financial services, IT, software development jobs that are much sought after by other regions. And Belfast has a unique combination of high skills at relatively low prices, which are very compelling for an investor.
This might not be a picture postcard pretty city, but it is a very real hardy place that believes it is genuinely on the up. The young people here, Northern Ireland has 46% of its population under the age of 30, recognise the wheels of change. Investment and redevelopment is occurring in areas once thought to have had little chance of improvement. The old peace walls dividing communities are still standing, but they've become tourist attractions, and there is now much talk of integration and coordinated education and social rebuilding. Politicians and city representatives from all quarters are openly optimistic.
This city is going from strength to strength. We're now among the top 10 most visited cities in Europe. If you look where the Harland and Wolff shipyard presently is, we're now having a massive transformation over the next 20 years in Titanic Quarter. And if you were to come back in a few years, you'll see the amount of work that has gone on there. But presently they're building new apartment blocks. They will also have quite a number of other exciting activities, including the new Belfast Metropolitan College, and there'll be facilities for boating. It's something that all of us are working towards, the City Council and the private sector. And then if you look at the skyline of this city, you'll see cranes virtually everywhere, new hotels, office blocks, housing developments, both public and private sector, new shopping centre recently opened at Victoria Square, as well as retail units. And it's a city on the move. It's a must-see destination. Unemployment is at 3.5%. 6-7 years ago, it was 10%. 15 years ago, it was over 20% in many parts. Now that shows you that this is a place to invest in.
So, like the models and outfits at Belfast Fashion Week, a vibrant and confident look, a flourishing and attractive future, with no doubt much more to come. Stylish and with a touch of sophistication. A platform for even bigger and better things ahead. This is today's Belfast.